Hello chat, hello. This is my 7th day of streaming in a row. I can't believe I made it a whole week streaming on a whim. Honestly, I wish I had started earlier. I had so much fun that I decided to keep streaming every day for the whole month. So I'm gonna be here all of March, and then I'm gonna try to keep streaming maybe 3-4 days a week when I start college, because I'm not gonna have too much time. And I plan to stream pretty much the whole year, maybe, if nothing happens, I hope. I might take a break during exams, but I'm gonna try to keep being consistent, trying to build a following, learn everything about Vtubing and streaming, try to get some more how you say, diverse content. I want to do gameplays and art, but I also want to, I don't know, learn to do all sort of things. So let's start with a little bit of a review, small review of what I've been doing all week. Wait, where's my schedule? Oh yeah, I still suck at Twitch. Let me see. There. So, first week, it was my late birthday stream, and you got to meet me. Can you believe I'm still working on the subtitles? It is a 4.5 hours video. And I'm having so much trouble subtitling everything because I was so nervous, and I'm still not very good at English, at least speaking more naturally. I say a lot. I say like, I guess, I don't know. You're probably gonna get sick of me in the first hour. But I want to subtitle it to archive it properly, so anybody who struggles with English or anybody who struggles to understand me will be able to read the subtitles that are a little bit more clean, because sometimes I start sentences and I don't finish them. And sometimes I just make grammatical mistakes, so I'm fixing everything. I'm not changing too much, but I'm gonna try to make it as understandable as possible. And once I finish subtitling the first part, I'm just gonna upload the rest. Everything is on YouTube, it's unlisted. I upload every bot after I finish streaming, after I set the description and everything on Twitch. But since bots only last like a week now on Twitch, I'm gonna try to upload everything as soon as possible. So yeah, my first thing was just talking. Later me just talking, and I got to play a little bit of Minesweeper at the end because I was very obsessed with the game. I'm thinking a little bit over it, kinda. Like, I was still playing, and I can't believe I got the official Windows account on Twitter to leave a comment on my tweets about Minesweeper. Anyway, my following on Twitter hasn't grown that much, and I have almost more than double on Bluesky, but it's mostly just artists that probably are trying to I don't know, nudge me a little bit like, hey, if you want to commission me, I do pretty stuff for VTubers, and that's fine, that's lovely. Or maybe I do have some people that felt curious and felt like following me. But hey, I don't care too much about that because I'm just starting. So yeah, my first stream was actually, I don't know, successful because I got people on the chat and I got, I don't know, 2 or 3 followers maybe. I heard about people streaming to 0 people before, so I wasn't expecting anything like that. Then on my second day, it was my first Minecraft stream of my my first series. And it's not gonna be anything competitive, it's gonna be just a regular survival, and I'm trying to rebuild a village because I spawned on a nice place with 2 villages, like I forgot the word. It's like a valley, but not really because it's a big hole in the ground surrounded by cherry blossoms. So I want to build a hidden village, kind of a reference to Naruto, and I'm gonna try to download shaders and textures to play a little bit with it. So it's not gonna be too crazy. Next week I'm just gonna get resources and start to, I don't know, plan where I'm gonna put all the buildings. So it's gonna be like the big goal of the series, to build a whole village, like a big, almost a town, almost a city, I don't know. So yeah, don't expect me to make anything super cool on Minecraft. I'm also not a good builder, so I'm gonna have to learn a lot. I don't know, every stream of me is gonna be me learning new stuff. My third stream was in Sun Aquarium, and I got to finish the whole adventure story. I'm gonna play bonus adventure mode and try to finish the whole game next week. Let's see how far I can make it. And after that, I'm gonna keep playing more retro games, especially the Pop Cup games. I don't want to give away what I'm gonna play yet, but I have it all planned. And I'm gonna keep playing all kind of retro games on Wednesday. Mostly short games because I already have like 3 different series for games. And on Thursday, I'm gonna keep making art because I want to keep working on my model. I haven't even decided yet on one single concept design for my outfit. I'm still trying different things because I have so many references and ideas that I want to try. And I'm not too good at art, so maybe I'll try to stream art twice in a week. Because I'm gonna take forever with my model if I don't try to do art more than once a week. And I don't have that much time between streams to make art. Maybe to clean things up a little bit, but I'm gonna keep using streaming as an excuse to sit down and properly work on my projects. Then on Fridays, so what happened with Grand Fantasia was that the UI wasn't working very well for me, so I couldn't read the story. And I skipped a lot of dialogues and lore and wasn't understanding anything even though I played the game. I really thought I will have no troubles getting used to the game again, but I had to depend on someone who was chatting, sending messages, trying to help me so much for so long. That stream turned into a Spanish stream like halfway through, and I don't want to alienate anybody. Hi. I don't know what gay Y means, but hi. Thank you so much for showing up again. I'm just gonna have a chill talkie stream. Means hi. Ah. Is it like Twitch language? Another language? But hi to you too. So yeah, I think I improve well, I don't want to say a lot. Now we say it's on on Russia. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. How did you say hello in Russian? I did learn it before. Let me. Привет. Is that right? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have a chill stream talking about my first week streaming and what I'm gonna do. Also some Vtuber advice, and I'm gonna review 2 movies that I saw during the week. If you wanna stick around, that will be lovely. But don't feel any pressure. It's not gonna be anything too interesting today. If you want me as background noise, that will be an honor. So yeah, I'm gonna actually replay the game Grand Fantasia, and I'm gonna play the original, not the origin version from Steam. I don't know, just to make things a little bit different and see if I can make it back to level 25. Wait, or well, at least 20, level 20. I think I made it to level 23 last week. No, last week, no, 2 days ago. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna stream earlier, 4 hours earlier, to see if I can catch up and keep streaming 4 hours of new content. So I don't know, depends how much energy I have that day. I never stream for more than 5 hours, I think. Also, I say that I don't want to alienate. I mean, like making people feel left out when I speak in Spanish or English. Because the person that helped me was speaking only Spanish, so to communicate, I have to speak Spanish. Even though I want to keep my streams in English, I'm okay with being, I don't know, half and half sometimes. But I'm gonna try to replay the whole game in English with everything I've learned. And I don't know, don't wait, because it was such a shame that I didn't get to enjoy the game because I couldn't read fully the whole text. So I tested it, and now I can play the original game, and also I can play the origin version with a proper UI. So yeah, I'm gonna replay Grand Fantasia. Be right back. Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna replay it, and I'm sorry if people wanted me to continue. I'm just gonna use that day to replay and keep playing a little bit more and see how far I make it. It's not gonna be a long series because you can only get so far in an MMORPG by playing alone, and I'm not gonna become part of a guild or any party because I think it will be rude because I don't have that level of commitment. And I don't know, I just want to replay games from my childhood to enjoy them and appreciate them. And I didn't do either in the first half of the stream. Like, I was genuinely sorry if my notifications are going crazy. I don't know how to mute them. I didn't enjoy the game the first half of the stream, and I was even thinking about just dropping it and look for another game. But someone came in and saved the whole stream. And now I really love hook again to the game. I think I made it further that in one Jesus Christ. I made it further in one stream that I did in my entire childhood, maybe. Well, no, because somehow I avoided dungeons when I was little and kept leveling up doing other quests because I made it further than level 20 something. I made it to level almost 40 maybe. So I'm gonna try to play the whole game until I became too weak to keep playing. And decide if I want to keep it or not. Maybe I will give it a rest because I don't want to make endless series. So yeah, I'm gonna keep playing Grand Fantasia and I'm gonna replay the original game. And I don't know if I'll pick up Origin again. I don't know. Well, after that, on Friday, I play Infinity Nikki and I haven't properly checked the bot because I have some technical difficulties, like a little bit of video and some audio too, because Infinity Nikki was such a heavy game. I don't know, the graphics were killing my stream. Even my model had some trouble, and I'm just a PNG. Imagine if I had a fully rigged 2D live model. I don't know, my computer is good, my internet is decent. It's definitely something about the settings that I need to work on. But I'm gonna try to keep playing Infinity Nikki because I enjoy it. And it's not gonna last too long. I don't know. I think it's a nice game to play, but maybe not to stream for too long at least. Especially because if, I don't know, you don't care about the whole fashion thing or the story, you don't have too much to work with. But luckily I got my lovely regulars that, I don't know, to come to chill even if they don't enjoy the game too much. I don't know, I want to believe that maybe I'm a little bit likable. My head is gonna get even bigger now. And yeah, that was my week. And now on Sundays I'm just doing like a recap of everything that happened, like evaluating myself, trying to grow. I don't know, I think my biggest improvement was getting chat to properly display, and also understanding how overlays work a little bit more in OBS. So now we have different scenes like just chatting, the different games if I want full screen of having that little cute window overlay. And what I want to improve for next week is trying different Vtuber programs for my PNG. See if I can, because the Discord reactive thing sometimes can crash. I don't know, I don't want to risk it, but I'm gonna try different things because I actually want to help people becoming VTubers like me for free. I don't know, help people start as soon as possible so they can get more comfortable with streaming and they can improve on their own. I'm gonna try to come up with a schedule tomorrow morning, but I have some stuff to do. I have work and I have to go shopping for groceries, but I'm gonna try to find the time. I'm definitely gonna stream tomorrow, same time as always. I don't know if I'm gonna change the time when I start going to college. I definitely need to get a good night's sleep. Maybe tonight, because I've been sleeping a little bit different times of the day. I haven't slept 8 full hours in a few days. Tonight I might sleep at night. Like I'm finishing stream, getting dinner, and going to bed. And I have to get up very early, and I'm gonna try to stay awake the whole day so I can finally start sleeping the 8 hours at night like a normal person. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get it together because I have so many chores to do, and as much as streaming has made me so happy, I can't let it take all my time during the day. But anyway, I like to prepare because I have stuff to do before and after streaming. If anything, streaming is probably the easiest part of the day. But anyway, so I guess I can start the whole Vtuber advice section. So to give a little bit of context of myself, I've been always watching YouTube, consuming content, following content creators, and I always wanted to become a content creator. I mean, some kind of content creator. I never knew. I wanted to do everything. I never knew exactly what kind of, I don't know, I want to say YouTuber, but I was ready to do anything. I wanted mostly to do art and to talk about anime and movies and stuff, like any kind of media that I watch, because I love, I don't know, consuming media, like watching animation or reading books or anything, because I like to consume art as much as I like to make it. Of course, I tend to watch more anime than draw anything. But hey, I want it all. So yeah, I've been dreaming about becoming a content creator for years, ever since I was, I don't know, since I started watching YouTubers. But it wasn't until, well, my first encounter with VTubing world was Kiss and I. But I could tell she had help from, I don't know, some kind of organization, company, whatever. Even though she seemed indie, she had the personality. I don't know, maybe she started as indie, but you could tell she had help, and mostly she had technology on her side, and I didn't. I could never dream of, even now, I can never dream of having something like VR or motion capture to my body to stream as a 3D VTuber. I don't know, I can dream, but right now, well, actually, years ago, it was impossible for me to even think about acquiring that kind of setup. Then I found out about Project Melody, and she was different because she was, you could tell she was fully indie, and I was like, oh, so regular people can do this kind of stuff too. They can just get the VR stuff, get a model, and start streaming, and people are gonna watch. And back then, it was pretty cringe to have like an avatar on the internet. Like, I know it seems weird now, but yeah, and people didn't feel comfortable watching people with any kind of avatar. People never took seriously content creators that didn't show their face and had a drawing as an avatar. But VTubers, I guess, normalized it or made it popular enough that now we have PNG VTubers, even though we had that kind of content creators before. They just have a different name, I think. So they kind of recontextualize the whole content creating scene for people. Now having a VTuber is completely normal. Being a VTuber and having any kind of model is completely normal and even encouraged to people. There are people that do both kind of streamings. They stream as a person showing their real face or wearing a mask, and they stream with an avatar. Personally, I don't see myself showing any part of my body right now. I don't even want to do hand cams, even with gloves. But who knows? Maybe in the future I might get a decent camera and get gloves and start to make traditional art. But anyway, so after I met Project Melody, I met Iron Man's, and she had a 2D model, and I was mesmerized by that. I knew about the concept of rigging, like I understood how people made it. I just couldn't understand how she got it to track her whole face and expressions and everything. But the moment I saw her, I knew I wanted to be a VTuber, a 2D VTuber, or at least that it was achievable for me. And I started to think, okay, how could I draw my own model? How am I gonna rig my own model? How can I become a VTuber as soon as possible? And I started to work on my character. Also, I had a whole different concept back then. I don't know if anybody is interested, but I was gonna be a fallen angel. She was an angel in heaven, and she became a bit of an otaku when she found out about human pop culture. So she falls out of heaven for becoming lazy and has to live in the human world, trying to find jobs and make money, make it to the end of the month. And then she starts to stream because she just loves VTubers in general. So yeah, that was my original backstory for my first concept of a VTuber. But I kind of felt like it didn't reflect my taste in general. I didn't want to commit to the whole fallen angel character. So I decided to go for something a little bit more simple that was a little bit more versatile. So I just went for something cute and aesthetic. And that's how I came out with the whole chocoberry thing. Like just chocolates, just strawberries covered in chocolate, with a little bit of rabbit in there for the design. And she was just gonna be me, but I don't know, pretty and cute and like a maid, but also a magical girl. So it's not set in stone, the whole lore that I have planned. Well, my lore will be, I'm just a regular girl that got hooked in a VTuber gacha game, and I got transported into that game, and I got to transform into a virtual streamer, a virtual content creator, and I can log on and off like in real life. So I have to live this double life as a regular person and a VTuber, and I have to learn everything from scratch. That's kind of the plot I have so far. I wanted to go with something cliche that you see every day in anime, you know, transported into a game. Mostly as a joke. But yeah, I actually have a whole multiverse in my mind, but right now I just want to stream as Chocoberry. I'm okay with having a PNG model because back then I got so focused on getting everything perfect that it took me years to accomplish anything. To a point, I wasn't even working on my character anymore. Like, I got bored because for years, I never really accomplished anything with my projects. I just would plan everything, maybe start a little bit, but I will never pursue anything. I will give up so easily and so fast. So I decided to just start. I don't know. I really don't know what made me want to start to stream this year, like after my birthday. I wanted to stream on my birthday, but things happen. Like, I didn't expect to spend so much time with my family. Like, you get together for lunch and then you stay until the afternoon. And after that, I was just too tired to stream. And also I was nervous, so I guess I procrastinated. I pushed it to the other day, but I'm glad. I was really happy after my first stream, and I've been feeling great the whole week. Like, I generally wake up and have a reason to get out of bed and do my stuff. I need to organize a lot of my life. I'm a little bit messy in almost every aspect, but now that I know I'm gonna keep streaming the whole week, the whole month, I may be able to normalize my sleep, get up early, do everything I have to do, clean my room, clean the house, get groceries, start to plan meals so I don't have to eat 6 nuggets before every stream just to not feel hungry. And yeah, I'm gonna get it together and I'm gonna report back to you like, hey guys, I'm actually doing great. But yeah, I feel like I lost track of what I was talking about originally. But basically, I was inspired mostly by Iron Mouse, but I watched so many different VTubers. Hey, what's up? Oh, thank you so much for sending a message. Giselle69, how are you? I'm doing great. How are you? Welcome to my stream about I don't know, evaluating my first week streaming as a VTuber and trying to convince other people to become VTubers too. Happy to hear you're doing fine. So yeah, for anybody who's also similar to me, that you're kind of a perfectionist and you're having trouble finding the inspiration or the drive to start making whatever, it doesn't have to be streaming. I'm here to tell you that it's honestly so much easier to just start and make mistakes and learn from it, because in only 1 week I have accomplished way more than in 4 years of not doing anything, just planning everything in secret and trying to improve my skills and feeling frustrated. It's honestly, it's easier to just grab a bunch of free assets and a PNG and start to stream and get comfortable with streaming and learn all the basics, learning OBS or Streamlabs, learning about Twitch. I still haven't read all of the guidelines. I need to get into that. I've been doing so much reading, honestly. There is so much to think about when you start to create content. There is always something new to learn. There is always something that needs fixing. And it takes time and energy, but you feel way more accomplished when I don't know, every stream looks a bit nicer than before. So yeah, if I could, I will go back 4 years and tell me to start, but now more than ever, there is so many resources and help for people that want to become VTubers that there is no risk. Honestly, I might seem like a hypocrite, but there is no reason to not start. And if you're not comfortable, you don't have to. But if you really, really want to, thank you so much for your follow. If I need to get like a sound alert for that. I don't know how to make sound alerts on Streamlabs. No wait, or Stream Elements. Elements. I always get them mixed up. I think it was Stream Elements. So I want to stream every day, but I'm also gonna stream myself learning how to be a VTuber. So I'm not gonna be a teacher for VTubers, more like, I don't know, a classmate, a study buddy. So if anybody wants to learn with me, that will be great. I'm gonna start to learn how to draw properly so I can make my own model. I'm gonna learn how to make overlays and any kind of assets, including chat widgets and alerts. If I ever get to become an affiliate, I'm gonna learn how to do emotes and badges and everything. And I'm gonna try to not only become a self-sufficient VTuber, like learning every aspect that I want to implement on my streams, even making music. Like I want to start learning how to make 8-bit or chiptune music because I love the sound. I think I'm gonna try to steer my aesthetic towards pixels and retro games and anything that is a little bit old school but also digital. So yeah, I'm gonna probably, I don't know, either this month or the other, make a whole day for VTuber school, but I'm not gonna be a teacher because I don't have the knowledge to teach anybody. I'm just gonna try to learn for myself and invite anybody to join me. And I'm gonna try to learn everything from drawing to making music to programming and whatever I need to improve myself. Also, I want to make art twice a week because that's like my biggest goal, or the goal I want to accomplish the sooner. And I want to make free assets for people because I only got to start VTubing because of, well, you don't need any kind of asset to start streaming, but having, I don't know, something that shows your personality helps a lot. Like my overlays, my bunny chair, the chat, everything I have was made by someone else, and it was given by free, and I found it on the internet. And of course, you have to credit the artist. Always remember, and remember to say thank you, and try to like, comment, follow them, show any kind of support, because people that make free assets are pretty much the backbone of the indie VTuber community. And I want to help other people to, I don't know, find the right model or overlay that might push them a little bit to start streaming, if that's what they want, because my goal will be to help people reach their dreams, because I hate when people have to give up because they feel insecure or they don't know what to do. I don't know, in a way it's kind of like I want to become the person that I needed. Maybe that's too much right now because I don't know, I'm not that big, I'm not that knowledgeable, but I'm gonna get there. So yeah, my advice is honestly just start streaming, grab a PNG and start to talk about whatever, play any game you like, experiment, get comfortable, and enjoy being small, because you get to make so many mistakes and you get to learn so much, and you won't know what you're good at until you try it. You also won't know what you don't know until you start to actually experiment for yourself. It's not like I thought vtubing was easy, but I didn't know how much I was missing. But anyway, so in my credits, you can see that I have a credit for my model. So it was made with a big crew, and you can do it too. It is free. It is very customizable. You only have to keep credits somewhere on your social media or your Twitch, and you can find free overlays on Google or whatever. You just put free overlays. Also, I recommend putting Vtuber and coffee to get a little bit of more personality. Maybe finding the right one might help you. And I'm gonna try to keep bringing more ideas and resources for VTubers to start. I'm not gonna start a Discord server just now, but if anybody wants to talk to me, that's fine. But I'm not trying to make any kind of friend, but I would like to get to know other VTubers too, so we can learn from one another. And of course, I want to help people, but like I said, right now my priority is streaming and learning and having fun, of course. If you are someone who is struggling with being a perfectionist, let me tell you that is the last way you're gonna get to do anything that you can call perfect. When you're a perfectionist, nothing is good enough. And only by making mistakes, you're gonna get closer to actually making something that makes you happy, that you're happy with. So yeah, please start making anything, or well, something that might make you happy. I don't know, I got today my 11th follower. I didn't get any followers yesterday. Sure, it was kind of disappointing. It was very motivating getting one follower every day, but definitely don't feel discouraged if nobody shows up to your stream, nobody sends a message, nobody follows. You have to learn to enjoy streaming just as it is, because if you only want to stream to interact with your chat, you're not gonna grow. I want to say fast, but I don't know, anybody gets lucky. I think I got very lucky, but I'm not sure because I never follow small streamers and heard them talking about growing. I only know about people complaining that they don't get to grow on Twitch because it's very hard, and it is. But that would be my advice to any kind of streamer, not just VTubers. Don't get on Twitch if you want to talk with your chat. You have to be entertaining, and that way you're gonna get people to send more messages. But streaming should be about you having fun or being creative or bringing something that people might want to watch. You can get more followers with effort. Totally, yeah. It all depends, because just because you don't get followers doesn't mean you're not doing anything I don't know, important or relevant or fun, entertaining. It just means you haven't found your um, ideal audience. There is an audience for everything. It also helps a lot to interact with viewers so that they recommend you to other people and come to your channel. Absolutely, yeah. But this is more about people that get zero messages. I'm the lucky one who gets lovely people every stream that come in and chat me up a little bit, tell me about their lives, their games they're playing, and also help me a lot because I'm a little bit of let's say I'm a little bit dumb and there is so much I don't know, and people are super kind and help me with games or my setup or whatever. But for people that don't get that kind of messages, don't get any message at all, please don't think that there is something wrong with you and the content you're making. It's really not. It feels like a competition, and it kind of is, but ultimately I think people should not care too much about numbers and trying to find ways to have fun streaming. Like me, I love streaming. I don't know what is it about streaming that I love so much. I love getting messages, I love chatting with people, but I love playing games. I don't know, talking about whatever I'm doing, how I'm feeling, trying to throw some jokes, trying to be entertaining in any way, even to a non-existent audience. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm the weird one, but seriously, don't don't start streaming if you care too much about people seeing you. People are gonna find you eventually. You just need to get comfortable and more confident with yourself, with everything that you want to, I don't know, show the world. So find hobbies that you enjoy, find content that you want to make, because if you, I don't know, keep making content for long enough, you might find an audience. And you should love all your followers, even you have 1, 10, 100, 1,000, million followers. You should appreciate everybody that comes to watch you, even the lurkers. I appreciate the lurkers, not just the people that send messages. Um, but more importantly, you should appreciate yourself. So don't try to become don't try to become the entertainment. Just try to be an entertaining person, and you're gonna enjoy yourself streaming, and you're not gonna expect too much from the internet to, I guess, accommodate to you. I don't know, I just started 1 week ago. I really shouldn't be talking so big about how streamers should behave or whatever, but I guess I just want to be a little bit comforting to people that are a bit lost on what to do and if they should keep streaming. So yeah, I don't even look at the amount of viewers I'm having. I'm literally just looking at myself on my overlay, and I look so cute. That's all I care about. I don't even get insecure anymore about not being good at English, my pronunciation, my mistakes, my stuttering, or whatever. And of course, I pay a lot of attention to the chat in case anybody wants to send a message. But I don't care about views. I only care about improving my own content. And that's why I'm gonna dedicate this month to start to create clips. I'm gonna try to learn any kind of video editing software, probably DaVinci since it's free. And I'm gonna try to make short form content to upload to my TikTok, maybe my YouTube. I could help you by bringing more people, but most of the people I know are quite old and don't use Twitch. That's fine, I'm old too. If anybody likes games or art or just I don't know, chill streams where you hear someone talking for 4 hours. That's fine. I will appreciate so much, but I don't want anybody to feel pressured into watch me. I want people to find me some kind of entertaining or enjoyable, and I'm gonna welcome anybody. I could recommend you to my sister, but they don't speak English. I speak Spanish and English. I'm mainly gonna stream in English, but if people come here and send messages in Spanish, of course, I'm gonna reply in Spanish and we can chat a little bit in Spanish, but I want to stream in English mainly. Yeah. So I guess ideally, I would love to get bilingual followers that understand English and Spanish, or mostly just English followers, but I want to also grow a Spanish audience. Maybe I should start streaming once a week full in Spanish, see if I can, I don't know, grow a Spanish audience. I guess I should stop using the Spanish tag on Twitch because maybe people get disappointed when they come. But I generally accept any kind of Spanish message from any country that speaks Spanish. I don't know. I want a bilingual audience that can understand me because sometimes I can't do English. I get tired, I get overwhelmed, and I need to speak Spanish. And if my followers only speak English, nobody's gonna be there for Spanish me. Do you speak Spanish? Also, I don't know if I pronounce your name correctly, Jasiel. It also depends of the time. Yeah. I tried to look for a time zone that, I mean, yeah, a time zone that I could get a lot of international viewers, and I did get a lot of people from all around the world. I'm from Puerto Rico. Oh, that's so lovely. I'm from Argentina. Um, yeah, I'm gonna try to take it, but you understand me? Is my pronunciation, I don't know, understandable? Maybe my accent is too fake. Um, what was I saying? It's good, thank you. I'm gonna try to keep improving. So I mostly just use this week to decide whether I want to keep streaming or not, and absolutely yeah, because back like a week ago, I was lost and I spent so many years not having good reasons to get out of bed and live my life, and now I enjoy every day. And it's kind of sad that it's because of streaming, but it's more about me having a reason to improve almost every aspect of my life and having an excuse to, yeah, play games, but also to make art, which is, I don't know, my reason to live almost. I was too sad to make any kind of art. I was unhappy with my progress, my skills, my results. But now I don't mind being bad at art because I know I can improve. So I hope anybody who is watching this now or in the future, I hope you find a reason to enjoy every day and become a better version of yourself. So any happiness that I get, I hope it multiplies and spreads to all the people around me and, I don't know, whoever finds me in any way. So my advice to any streamer that just wants to start, don't think too hard about any kind of category or whatever you want to stream, and also stop caring about what people might say. uh, if it's a people in your real life, I get it. I also want to keep it secret from my friends and family and I don't know, colleagues or whatever, but mostly because I'm just starting and I don't know where I want to take this. But if it's random people on the internet, why would you even care? literally just mute them or block them and keep doing what makes you happy. Everybody's being cringe on the internet, everybody's making mistakes. I mean, you even have people doing crime, so you're not so bad. Honestly, like coming to Twitch and being awkward is like zero offensive at all. You're not gonna make anything bad. Nobody's, I mean, sure, nobody, some people might judge you, but nobody has the right to. You have a control, you have control over who follows you, who interacts with you, and growing little by little is the best thing that that can happen to you. Going viral and getting a flood of people that don't know you and are so ready to judge you, it's probably, I don't know, almost awful because nobody is ready to handle that. I've seen pretty weird things, yeah. I've been on the internet for, I don't know, so long, too long, and I've seen almost, well, I don't want to say everything, but I've seen all kinds of audiences and all kinds of content creators, and let me tell you that you don't have to be a good person to make videos or stream. You don't have to be a smart person or even likable. Anybody gets to be a content creator, and it's all about who follows them. Mira, he visto gente metiéndose perico. I don't know what perico is. I don't know if I want to know what metiéndose perico means. Actually, I want to know. Curse my curiosity. What is perico? I don't know. Let's keep it. I don't know. I feel like that face says everything. Anyway, so azúcar. Oh, okay. That kind of sugar. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's people doing lots of bad things on the internet, and I mean, I don't know, you get to see everything, and just because people do it on the internet doesn't mean you should do the same. There's lots of people doing, I don't know, pranks and even harassing people, doing crime just to get views, and believe me, you don't want to become that kind of person. If anybody here follows me in the future and I happen to become those kind of people, you're legally allowed to shoot me. And I mean it. I don't want to become that kind of person. I don't want to sacrifice my integrity, my values for views. And the worst thing is that they don't ban those channels. Yeah, sometimes it feels like they only go for people that make mistakes. I don't know, like innocent mistakes that they didn't mean to, and then you have people that do the most awful crimes and they remain on Twitch with no troubles. Yeah, I've seen people, I don't want to say it, but yeah, you should be careful about whatever you see and whatever you put on the internet. You also should be very careful about protecting your identity more than ever. That's why I'm not revealing any kind of personal information about myself. Let me lower the volume just a little bit. There. So yeah, for anybody who wants to go into the internet and be cringe like me, do it. It's free. Literally, it's free, and you get to have a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and you get to meet people, and you also maybe get to improve yourself, have an excuse to try different things and live life. That's the most, I don't know, that's the best thing that came with streaming for me. Now I get to find excuses to do anything, try different games, watch different series, learn a different skill. I could, I don't know, learn music or art or a language any day, any day now, and I get to do it because I'm a streamer. So I get to decide my own content, and if people get to watch it, that's fine. And if it doesn't I don't know, improve my brand, I guess that's fine, because I'm not ready to become a fully realized influencer or content creator or whatever. I'm happy being small right now and happy learning, because if I had, I don't know, 100 followers right now, it will be so embarrassing because I make mistakes every stream. And no amount of preparation and planning is gonna get you ready for that. So yeah, take the chance and just start to stream in secret or make YouTube videos or whatever you want to do. And being a VTuber is so fun. I'm gonna try to experiment with different models, see whatever I like, but even though this model doesn't fully show what kind of character I want to be, it's a very simplified version of the concept I have in mind. I couldn't be happier because it's so cute and it's a very simple image with the disco reaction. But I'm gonna try to make my own PNG this year, definitely this year. Even if my art is not great, it's gonna be my own model, made myself, and I'm gonna feel so proud, so accomplished, because I finally got to make something. And instead of striving for perfection, I rather just do my best and be proud that this is my best, and it's only gonna get better from now on. I honestly not I'm honestly not used to being so positive. I'm usually quite a negative, pessimistic person. So, yeah, there's if you ever wonder how did this person become so famous, anybody can become famous. It's all about finding an audience and try to have a good audience that is a good influence on you, because so many people start to, I don't know, decline in quality and values just for getting more views and a bigger following and more money. And sure, anybody will get tempted. Even I might get tempted someday and, I don't know, choose something that might make me more famous rather than just what makes me happy. But it's important that you try to respect yourself and others and establish some healthy boundaries. I don't know, I've been talking about this for an hour and I don't think I have anything more to say about becoming a VTuber, unless anybody has like more precise questions. But like I say, just go to Tsucrew. It's on my credit list. Go to the Tsucrew I used and make a model and start streaming with Discord Reactive or any kind of VTuber program that there is out there. I'm probably gonna start using them tomorrow. I'm gonna try a few ones. Maybe I might not have enough time tomorrow, but I'm gonna get there. Definitely. I still have amount of vacations and I want to make the most of it. I want to enjoy them and improve as a streamer, as a person, as a VTuber, as an artist. And I love the fact that now they don't feel like empty promises, because all my friends got tired of me saying, someday I'm gonna be a VTuber, someday I'm gonna make art, someday I'm gonna do this, be that. And I never went anywhere with my promises. And I personally also got tired of me pretending something that I wasn't. So instead of becoming, I guess, a famous person in my dreams, I rather try it in real life and see how it feels, where I get to go. Because whatever you imagine in your head is not gonna happen in real life. You don't have to control over whatever happens in real life. And actually, that's ironically kind of comforting for me, mm, because you don't have control over whoever decides to watch you, follow you, send a message, even subscribe, give you money, give you attention, whatever. And I confirm myself thinking it's not me who's the problem. Sure, I might be not too interesting, too knowledgeable, too funny, too whatever, but I can improve myself. And just because I don't have the attention of people doesn't mean that I'm the one in the wrong. There is millions of people right now creating content that is better than mine, in my opinion. And you can blame people for clicking on a different video. It's really not about you. It's not that deep. People just want to watch a funny video sometimes, or a fun stream. So yeah, don't beat yourself up, because it's not about being better than others, it's about being a better you. Yeah, I'm talking really big right now, but like I say, I only started 1 week ago and I have 11 followers, but I think that is, I don't know, I don't have the proper measurements for a following on Twitch. It's free, so um, it might not be too incredible, but it is for me because I wasn't expecting anybody for weeks. So yeah, please expect more from me. I'm gonna try to find excuses to have fun, but also to improve myself as a person. I'm gonna do maybe 2 art streams a week until at least until I finish designing my own model. Then maybe I might to learn new stuff. But yeah, I guess improving my model will be my biggest goal. But I also want to learn right now. The thing that bothers me the most is the chat widget, but it looks lovely. It looks so cute, but I want to change the colors and I don't know anything about programming. So either I commission someone, I find a way to make money of my own, and I commission someone to get a chat widget that fits perfectly with my overlay, or I learn to do it on my own. I mean, you don't need an aesthetic chat widget, but it's nice to have one. But the first $10 I get from Vtubing, because I have the money, but every time I buy something new for a hobby, I never use it and it just goes to waste. That's why I promised myself that I will keep this PNG model until either I can buy myself the rigged version, which is just $10 of the same model, or I can make a model of my own. So either way, I'm gonna make money or I'm gonna improve my art skills, and both work great for me. Sure, I feel like I might get more views if I had, I don't know, a cool, stunning, gorgeous 2D rig with, I don't know, 100 toggles VTuber model. But it might be mean to say this, but if you can't be entertaining with a PNG, there is no guarantee that you will be entertaining with a fully rigged model. It definitely helps, not only by bringing people, but also, I don't know, getting a good mood, because I would love to have a fully rigged model. Even though I don't have a camera, I will probably have to use my phone as a camera and be very mindful of my battery and the sound of my notifications. I don't know, maybe even if I don't make any money, um, it's gonna have to be through donations. I was secretly hoping that maybe very kind soul will donate $1 and another 9 kind souls will donate another dollar, and I will get $10 just by being weird on the internet, and I will buy myself the model. But if I stay consistent with myself and stream for the whole month of March, maybe I'll buy the model myself, because what I care the most is not giving up on this. So if I can prove myself that I can push through and stream for a whole month with just a PNG, then maybe I deserve the rig model. It's only $10, and maybe I will earn it by then. I'm not worrying too much about the whole what was the name of that mail that Twitch sends you after every stream? Your stream summary. Yeah, I did check it out to see, but to see how I'm doing, but I don't care too much about reviewing my what was the word? I don't know. Reviewing my it's not behavior. It's like whatever. So performance. That's the word. So you get a Twitch summary review after every stream, a few minutes after you're done streaming, and they tell you how many people watch you, how many people follow you, how many messages and chatters you got. And I like to compare it for my growth, but right now I'm not gonna like make any kind of evaluations on myself because I'm just starting, and I don't want to be too hard on myself. I want to improve, but I don't want to be too focused on doing whatever I need to do to get better results. I'd rather focus on making better content. And once I start making better content, maybe I'll start to making clips and upload them to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And that might help me a lot, because eventually I want to make proper videos for my main channel, like short videos, I don't know, 20-40 minutes max, for people to watch them like a regular YouTube video. I don't know, maybe I might even make exclusive videos for YouTube, because I only have the YouTube bot channel that it's still on the construction, and I'm gonna use it as an archive for all my bots. But I don't need to worry too much about numbers right now, because I'd rather people find me when I'm doing better. I'm gonna keep doing whatever I'm doing right now and try to improve a little bit every day. And I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be not completely no, but I'm gonna be a different person in a month. I'm gonna be a better streamer. I don't know what other problems people have when trying to become VTubers. The only thing you should worry about is it's getting a decent mic, and it's not even, it doesn't have to be a quality mic. It can be just a decent uh, pair of headphones. Like I'm using my headphones. I'm using the mic on my headphones because it's the only mic I have. And maybe later think about acquiring a decent or high quality mic for your stream. That's audio is always the priority. Like look at me, I'm just a PNG with a just chatting overlay. I'm not even streaming anything that needs to be seen. Like this could be a podcast. Everybody has a podcast these days. We are the generations of yappers. Yappers. I don't know. I would love to have a radio show rather than have a whole like TV show where I have to show my face and be entertaining. I rather work on my voice, feeling more comfortable talking, especially in English. And hello again. I went to the bathroom. Okay, welcome back. Uh, you went for a long time. I'm not gonna judge. Not gonna judge. But welcome back. I don't want to ask anything, but welcome back. I don't know. I'm the type of people that always takes her phone to the bathroom and I just watch TikToks. It will be awkward to watch someone's streams while I'm in the bathroom, but yeah. Also, luckily my phone never ever ever fell inside the toilet, but I'm always afraid of that happening. Like today could be the day because I'm so careless sometimes. But yeah, it's a bad habit I got. Like back then, people used to take the phone to answer messages and I don't know, maybe watch YouTube while they were in the bathroom, but I never got the habit until I started watching short form content like TikTok. Now it's just an excuse to take to the bathroom. I feel like people are obsessed with either being productive or having some form of entertainment every waking hour, and I'm fully guilty of that because I get bored in the bathroom, and that's such a weird thing to say. I don't know, almost every minute of my life, I'm trying to do something or consume something. Like either, even when I'm cleaning, I'll try to listen to music or a podcast. And wherever I'm on my computer doing whatever, I put a YouTube video or podcast while I do other stuff. Like I don't watch the screen, I just listen. And I have so much stuff to watch that I have little time to consume live content because I mostly like to consume content on my own time. I'm going to call my sister. Maybe she'll entertain you more by talking. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't need to bother your sister. But if you do, that will be lovely. But like I say, I rather keep talking English. And if she doesn't understand, I will feel really bad for her. But thank you so much for showing up and go do whatever you want. No need to bother your sister. But if you do, I'm gonna be super grateful. Um, so yeah, I'm obsessed with watching content almost all day. I don't know. At least I'm not watching anime at 2 times speed or having a second screen with some gameplay or slime there. Like I'm not that bad. But yeah, my attention span has dropped a lot. What do you usually play? Like games? I played all kinds of games, but mostly Minecraft and retro games that I used to play when I was little. But I like simulation games like farming games, for example, Slime Rancher. I also would love to try Stardew Valley, Stardew Valley. What other games do I have? Let me check. Mm, yeah, I have all games like the pop cup games like Insane Aquarium, Feeding Frenzy, Piglet that I'm gonna play on stream. I also like The Sims, and I have all of Diner Dash, almost all of it. So I like to play all games mostly because I don't have the money to buy the new popular games. I would love to play those. Nice. I also play Stardew and Minecraft. Yay! I don't know when I'm gonna start to play Stardew. I never got to play it, but um, I'm using like a friend's account that I get to play a few games that I don't have. So yeah, I don't. The only reason I don't play the popular modern games is because I don't have the money to buy them. Hello, Selene, Celine. I'm always trying to figure out how to say Selene, Celine. Ahí está. Hello, Selene. I'm gonna call you Selene, but please tell me how to properly pronounce your name. Thank you so much for showing up. Oh, wait, I should say it in Spanish. Hola, Selene. Muchas gracias por venir a mi stream. Muchas gracias por verme, por mandar mensajes. Espero disfrutes, pero voy a estar hablando un poco en inglés, pero puedo hablar los dos idiomas. Puedo hablar español, inglés sin problemas. Compórtate. Cute. También le tengo que decir a mis hermanos que se comporten, pero ya me rendí. So yeah, I'm gonna try to play different games, but I don't have the money to buy different games, so I'm gonna try lots of old games, free games, and see whatever I like. But I like fighting games too, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and any kind of shonen anime with a fighting system. And I also want to play lots of horror games, but I don't know if people will enjoy them. It's that he says some rather questionable things. That's okay. You wouldn't believe the things I say with my friends, but yes, you have to behave when you're in someone else's stream. I do have rules, and it's kind of okay to say. I don't know if your sister is too young. I hope not. This is kind of an adult stream, not because I say inappropriate things, but I'm not exactly a good example for children. So don't expect me to be a good influence on anybody. But yeah, I'm not gonna say anything inappropriate. Maybe a cuss word every now and then, but this is for adults and children, but mainly adults. So yeah, I want to play lots of horror games, but I don't know if people will enjoy it because you can get a lot of my reactions with the PNG, and also maybe I'm not get scared easily. I haven't tried it yet. Like I get scared, but I don't scream, and it might not be very funny. Also, if I do start to scream, I probably wouldn't stream myself because I stream late at night and I don't want to bother people. I mean, I don't stream too late, but I don't want anybody coming into my room tell me, "Shut up! You're being so loud! Stop screaming!" But like I say, maybe I don't get scared playing horror games in general. I'm gonna try and see. Because right now I picked lots of games that will take me a few streams to finish, like Minecraft and Green Fantasia and Infinity Nikki. But I'm gonna try to keep only two long series, and use the other days to play as many games as I can. But also there is a part of me that I don't want to um, finish all the games too fast because I'm gonna run out of content, and I want to save some of the games for when I get a more reactive model so people get to enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, I have so many ideas, but I don't have enough time or skill. That's still not an excuse for me to not try different things. I don't know, I guess as a streamer, you have to find the balance between being entertaining yourself, having fun, and also acknowledging chat and trying to engage in conversation with other people. Because, like I said, if you only want to become a streamer to chat with other people, then I don't know, you're not gonna get many followers. But being a, oh, thank you so much for your follow. Selene, muchas gracias por seguirme. Sos un amor, muchas gracias. Gracias a los dos por acompañarme durante este stream. Um, yeah, being a streamer is not about making friends. It's mostly about being entertaining. And you're not gonna get a following if you ignore chat, but also you shouldn't treat them as your friends, as your buddies. Está bien. Aww. I don't know. I guess everybody's different. I personally don't want to treat my followers as my friends, because I think it's disrespectful. English, Jesus, disrespectful, disrespectful. There. Um, that like it is bad from both sides because I'm trying to be too friendly to strangers and they might not like it. And also, I personally don't like it when strangers are too familiar with me too quickly. Like, I'm not too antipathic, but I like to give people time to get to know me and I like to get to know other people. So, yeah, don't treat your followers like your friends, but treat them with respect and kindness and try to engage in conversation. But don't focus too much in having some kind of public conversation with a stranger while streaming. Try to come up with your own ideas and your own way of being entertaining. Because if you only start to streaming with, I don't know, nothing in mind, not many people might want to watch you. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like people would rather talk to you personally on Discord rather than having a conversation that is 100% public. I don't know, sending messages every now and then is fine, but definitely don't get too personal in chat because it's dangerous to reveal so much personal information about yourself. I guess that's one thing I will teach all children, to never share personal information on the internet with strangers because it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. I'm talking about from experience and from seeing what happens to people that get a little bit too comfortable, because you never know who you're really talking to until you spend months, if not years, chatting with this person. And even then, maybe you won't get to know them. But anyway, I did start VTubing to make VTuber friends, but mostly as a fellow content creator kind of deal, not really to become friends. That will come with time. I don't know, I like to take my time before I call anybody my friend. I don't know, maybe I'm being mean, but that's how I feel. So yeah, but I'm so shy, I guess, or anxious about going to other people's streams and chatting up and trying to talk to anybody on Twitter or any other social media. I'm kind of an introvert. I like when people come to me, and then I'm super social. Like, I ask a lot of questions. I talk about myself. I try to, I don't know, be very friendly. But yeah, I need friends, especially friends that might teach me how to improve my streams. I don't know, I think it's fine to have friends that are only like co-workers because you're doing the same. You know, like the vibe is the same and we are on the mm, same sea, different boat, kind of. Because I'm sure it's hard to have regular friends and you're always busy making content. Like, my friends want to get together one of these days and they are planning to have a dinner, and I'm like, I have to stream, but I'm definitely gonna choose my friends any day over streaming. Mostly because we don't get together too often, and because I don't want to miss having spending time with my friends just because I have to stream. It's gonna be sad, but I'm gonna have to break my streak of streaming because so far I've been streaming every day, and I want to see how far I make it. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna get with my friends, but I'm sure I'm not gonna stream every day of the month. It might not be healthy because if you're going out of your way, I guess there is a line between pushing your limits and actually being unhealthy and hurting yourself in the process of forcing yourself, pushing yourself to stream. I try to be hard on myself because I've been neglecting so many different aspects of my life. I've been too lazy, but also mostly because I'm sad all the time. But now I'm trying to be a little more strict with myself, and I don't know, find reasons to be more responsible and also kinder to myself, because keeping a healthy life is probably the best way to love yourself. So yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to cancel stream because I'm gonna hang out with my friends. And I'm not gonna tell them that I'm streaming just yet. Maybe when I become an affiliate, so it's like official. Once I become an affiliate, I don't think I'm gonna give up streaming at all. I might take some vacations every now and then, uh, but I want to keep streaming, and I want to someday make it maybe my profession. Well, my job, kind of. I don't know. Part of me wants to become a streamer, but my goal has always been making art, and I want to live off of my art. Maybe commissions, but mostly maybe someday making a comic or some kind of story. I don't know. I wanted to be a writer when I was little, and I haven't write in a long time, but I should go back to it. I mean, I'm always thinking about characters and stories, but they never leave the idea section. They always stay in drafts. I never sit down to properly write my stories. I guess I just love the concept of creating characters to match, and also world world building and those things in general. But I'm tired of planning. I want to actually get to the action and do stuff. I don't know. I've been planning enough, and it will be sad if anybody, even me, spends year planning the perfect idea, and once you start to execute that idea, you realize, oh, things were actually not like I imagined, and all the time you spend planning goes to waste. So it's best to just start and do whatever you want to do with your idea and see how you evolve. But it is sad because nowadays you don't get the chance to make mistakes. It's always about making the perfect content, a perfect, I don't know, media for people to enjoy for one day and then move to the next. And it's very disappointing because you can spend hours, if enough days, on a drawing and people watch it for 2 seconds and completely ignore it. But that shows how the internet is. And like I said, you should be more proud of your achievements than of any recognition people might give you. Because that's really left to chance. Because there is an algorithm and luck, and you can control any of that. You can try to get people to see you, to, I don't know, find you, but you can't make them stay. I don't know. Something about carrying the horse to drink water. I don't know how the saying goes. So yeah, just do something that might make you proud of yourself instead of only trying to get the recognition of other people. It might come anyway because people nowadays love watching someone who is confident and has lots of personality and has interests and has something to say. Like, I feel like there's lots of people out there that want to make content that just like the fame or the attention, and that's fine. Everyone, I love fame. I would love fame and attention, but I care more about, I don't know, being happy with myself, because I've been unhappy with myself for too long. So yeah, I want to change as a person for the better. Mostly I just want to keep changing because I feel like I've been stuck in the same place for years now, and I haven't been going anywhere. I don't know, I feel like maybe a lot of people feel that way lately. I guess feeling lost is a little bit of an universal feeling right now, and it would be great if we start to walk around because maybe we might find each other. And if it doesn't have to be a fated encounter, it can be just hanging out with a few minutes and making a nice memory and moving on and finding something else to do tomorrow. But we have to get out of whatever hole we get in. If it's sad or, I don't know, depressing, then yeah, we have to find a way to get out and change. Because even if you get it wrong, even if you change into something that you don't like, at least now you know where you don't want to be. And that might take you closer to the place you're gonna be happy with yourself. I'm gonna keep yapping about this whole thing for 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna start doing that review that I promised. And I want to make that a weekly section. Like every Sunday, I'm gonna review stuff that I watched during the week, so I have an excuse to watching anime and stuff. Because I've been watching anime for years and I never done anything with that. You don't have to do anything. Some normal people can watch something without having to make content out of it to, I don't know, get any kind of profit because they don't see it as a waste of time. But I feel like I've been consuming too much content instead of improving my skills or improving as a person. So the least I can do is learn how to make proper reviews and recommendations and use all the useless anime knowledge I have to give good recommendations to people, make decent reviews. I don't know, I always wanted to start an anime channel, but the copyright on YouTube will kill my passion. Mostly because I will hate to make just a regular video without showing any kind of footage from the movie, the anime, whatever. But if you do use the footage, then you get the copyright strike, so I'm not gonna risk it. So I'm gonna sacrifice quality for my streams. Like, I'm not gonna make those cool anime reviews on YouTube like people do sometimes. I'm just gonna come here and have a very chill stream about everything I watch during the week, like my favorites, and maybe give people recommendation to go watch them. And also take recommendations from people. It's gonna be a decent corner when I get more followers. ¿Tú que eres viciosa o esos animes recomiendo algunos ahí? ¿Qué? You're telling your sister that. ¿Tú que eres viciosa de esos animes recomiendo? Yeah, I'm gonna give people recommendations depending on whatever you like. Si quieren recomendaciones, me pueden decir qué tanto quieren ver, como una OVA, una película, una serie de 2 episodios, una serie de 100 episodios, porque no todo el mundo quiere recomendaciones como no. Everybody says you should watch One Piece. Nadie se va a poner a mirar One Piece de la nada porque son más de 1000 episodios, a menos que seas súper vicioso con el anime. Entonces prefiero preguntar a la gente qué tanto quieren ver. Hay gente que nunca miró anime, así que es mejor recomendarles solo una película. Y hay gente que solo mira animes de 2 episodios y quiere algo nuevo, y de esos miro muchos. Entonces, sí les recomendaría algo dependiendo de la duración y del género que quieran ver. Hay gente que le gusta solo la acción, hay gente que le gusta la fantasía, otros el romance. Por ahí también la demográfica ayuda. Si quieren ver shonen, shoujo, seinen, yosei. A mí me gusta de todos los tipos, miro casi cualquier tipo de anime, así que conozco bastante. Aunque todavía me quedan por ver muchas series muy famosas. Y voy a tratar de tener cuidado con los spoilers cada vez que dé recomendaciones en el canal, porque por ahí se suma gente que no sabe de qué estoy hablando, se spoilea toda la película y después ya no la quiere ver. Así que voy a recomendar la película sin spoilers y después voy a contar qué me pareció la película con spoilers. Ok, voy a tomar un break de 2-3 minutos para buscar más agua, ir al baño, lo que sea, y ya vuelvo. Y voy a dar mi review de 2 películas. Una es Blue Thermal y la otra es... nombre, ¿cómo me olvidé el nombre? The Imaginary en inglés, y el otro nombre que tiene es Yane Ura no Racha en japonés. Ya me retiro, tengo que dormir a la nena. Bueno, buenas noches, que duerman muy bien, que tengan lindos sueños y que se levanten muy felices mañana a la mañana. Bye. Muchas gracias por venir, muchas gracias por mandar mensajes y por seguir. Besos a todos. Ah, ¿tú te quedas? Ok. Ah, pero voy a seguir hablando en inglés, espero no te moleste. Pensó que dijo en chiste, tengo que ir a dormir a la nena. Como que tenías que irte a dormir. No sé si sos muy pequeña, joven. Am, espero que no. Pero voy a seguir hablando en inglés. Cualquier cosa, pregúntame en español, yo te respondo. Ah, also, as a last advice to anybody who wants to stream, you don't have to look at your stream summary, like the little evaluation you get from Twitch on email after you stream. But, oh, 14 años. Oh. Ok, voy a hacer. Voy a tratar de ser una persona decente. Y él habla de su hija. Sí, sí, pero pensé que lo decían chiste, como que tratándote de muy joven. Ok, voy a comportarme. Okay, so you don't have to read the that evaluation that Twitch gives you about your stream every right after you finish your stream, but it is always nice to watch your bot. And lleva 14 años. Eso pasa a veces con hermanos. No, todos mis hermanos y yo somos muy cercanos en edad. Creo, me encanta. Sí, me imagino que ya tiene toda su vida que ocuparse y no puede estar mirando el stream todo el día. Selene, si quieres hablar de anime, este es el momento perfecto. Okay, so let me just finish this idea. You don't have to watch the like how many views you got, how many followers, how many chat, but you do have to watch your own stream and make a self-evaluation about yourself, like your audio settings, video settings, also if you're tracking properly, or I don't know, if you're happy with your own performance as a streamer. Like the first stream I ever did, I was so nervous, and Selene, no, te lo, te lo digo porque me preocupo nada más. Me encanta que compartas cosas de tu vida, pero como dije, es peligroso a veces compartir cosas muy personales. Pero si estamos hablando de gustos de anime, está bien. Pero para protegerte es mejor que no digas muchas cosas sobre tu vida personal. Sobre todo porque sos joven. Así que tenés siempre mucho cuidado con las cosas que haces públicas en internet. Okay. Hi, So Dream. Vos hablabas español. Sí, todos acá hablando español, aunque tengo que hacer mi stream en inglés. Justo llegaste cuando estaba terminando de dar consejos de todo lo que aprendí después de una semana de streamear. So, yeah, try to always watch your bot, try to always evaluate yourself and improve little by little every stream. Don't stress yourself about it. And now I'm just gonna start a little section that well, I did everything for the first time this week, but this was a last minute plan for me because I wasn't planning on watching anything this week. Like I stopped watching anime right before streaming because now streaming takes all my time. But I got the chance to talk a little bit about anime a few streams ago, and I want to make a whole section of it. So here we have the Chocoberry's weekly media review. And I did this on Canva like 10 minutes before starting stream. So maybe I'll improve it someday. But right now I'm gonna keep it as this. And we're gonna talk about two movies. Like I said, one is Blue Thermal and the other is The Imaginary. Both of them are anime movies. Now, first we have Blue Thermal. And in Japanese will be Buru Samaru. Blue thermal refers to, I don't know if it's a real life concept or just happens in the movie, but this movie is about gliding planes, the kind of planes that don't use a motor, no, an engine, sorry, and they just glide in the air like any other plane that doesn't have any kind of engine. It's kind of like sailing boats. They don't have an engine. They just find a way around the wind. And a blue thermal is when there are no clouds in the skies, so you just have to feel the wind and try to find a good current of air that will elevate your plane as high as possible. And it's all about having the proper skill as a, I guess, pilot to find that blue thermal and flying as far and as high as you can with a plane that doesn't have an engine. Now, this movie aired on March 4th in 2022, and I don't know when I added it to my list, but it wasn't too long ago. I'm rewatching a lot of anime that came in the late 5 years because I don't know, after the pandemic I took a break from watching seasonal anime. I used to watch seasonal anime every season. I've been watching like 20 shows. Then I took a break to focus on college. So now I have to binge all the anime I've been missing in this past 5 years also, like 4 years kind of. So this movie is a little bit long. The pacing was okay, but sometimes it felt too long because it's hard to care too much about the characters. It is only 1 hour and 43 minutes long, and it's PG-13, so it's good for kids. Oh my god, stop. Which I knew how to mute WhatsApp on my computer. Ah, anyway, yeah, it's related to work, sorry. So, yeah, it's PG-13. It is enjoyable for lots of people, and it is based on a manga that was published between 2015 and 2017. Pretty short. I think it has only 30 chapters. And you could tell it was a manga adaptation. I don't know why, but when you start watching too much anime, you can tell which anime comes from manga, which one comes from novels or games. Now, the demographic is seinen, so even though it's PG-13, the people that might enjoy it the most are older men, I guess just adult men. And the genre is drama. There is a lot of drama in the series, but it didn't make me cry at all. It wasn't particularly sad, but it was very dramatic. And the studio is Telecom Animation Film, and they are not very known. They haven't made that many films. They did a few movies for Lupin. I forgot the name, but it's a very famous series that I haven't watched yet. But the animation is very nice. I loved how expressive the characters are, and the art direction is also very good for a film about flying planes. So my final rating is a 7 out of 10. So it's a good movie, but it's not very good, not great. I wouldn't recommend people to watch it unless you have a niche for gliding planes or planes in general. It definitely made me want to fly in a plane, because in this you get to fly alone or with only one other passenger. And the camera works so well when you get to see the sky, the movement. It makes you feel like you're flying, but it also makes you feel like you need to go out and find a way to get into a plane and fly yourself. The characters are almost all adults, yeah. They are in college, they are in a group that, I don't know, is very enthusiastic about flying planes. So a little bit more about the characters that I'm gonna talk about. I'm just gonna read the summary from my anime list, so you get an idea of how the movie, I don't know, develops. Tsuru Tamaki joins Aonagi University in hopes of making friends, getting a boyfriend, and living a typical university student life. She decides to try out for the tennis club in order to make friends and avoid anything too athletic. But when she is distracted by a model glider during the tryouts, Tamaki ends up hitting a tennis ball right at it, smashing it into pieces. Soichi Daisuke, a member of the aviation club, demands that she pays for the damages. Following the incident, Aviation Club captain Kuramochi Jun tries to goad Tamaki into joining their club, but Tamaki refuses. Not wanting to lose a chance at recruiting a club member, Kuramochi orchestrates a way for Tamaki to earn the money to repay her debts and give her a boyfriend in the process. While she joins the club reluctantly, Jun seems to have other plans for the newest member. Hoy me retiro, ya me dijeron que me voy a dormir. Buenas noches, nos vemos otro día. Muy buenas noches, Selene. Espero que duermas muy bien, que te levantes con el mejor humor mañana y que la pases muy bien. Muchas gracias por venir. Besos, chao. So you have the protagonist, Tsurutamaki, and everybody calls her Tsurutama. And I love her. I love her personality and her character design because she's short, she's a little bit insecure about it. Well, not so much, but her personality is very, I don't know, big for the way she looks, because she looks like a very cute short girl, but she's very expressive. Her personality is very strong. I love her as a main character, especially because she has a gritty side. Once she finds a passion in flying planes, then yeah. Oh, hello Mal, how are you? I'm just here reviewing anime. Hello. So I relate a little bit with the character because she becomes so ambitious once she finds a passion. But like crazy. Oh, well, I hope we're gonna get to talk about some anime recommendations or any recommendation in general, because I'm reviewing 2 movies I got to see during the week. So yeah, Tamiki is a great main character, especially in those animes that you have your plain boring protagonist that suddenly finds a passion that they never felt before for something new. In this case is flying planes. Then you have Kuramochi Jun, who is a great, I guess, co-protagonist, because he also has his own ambition, his own character development, and he shows kind of the other side of, I don't know, being passionate about something, but trying to make it into, I guess, your life goal, almost a profession. He's showing a little bit more of the professional side of gliding planes because they have competitions in this anime. So he takes it very seriously, and he tries to go as far as possible. Then you have Sorachi Daisuke, who is kind of, there is a little bit of romance in this anime, but I wouldn't add the genre romance because they don't develop it too much. So Tamaki wants to get a normal college life and find friends and a boyfriend. And Sorachi Daisuke kind of becomes the, I guess, romantic interest against everybody's will, because those two hate each other. But they do kind of manage to understand each other. And Daisuke wants to fly a plane so bad. He's also very passionate about flying and being part of the club. Then you have these other 2 characters that I'm gonna talk about in the spoiler section. So, would I recommend this movie? It has some good art and some good animation. It is nice to look at. The characters are very expressive, especially Tsurutama, the protagonist. But it was a 7 out of 10, and I will only recommend this movie to people that either want to watch as many anime movies as possible, and because decent quality, it is quite decent of a movie. Um, but I would only recommend it if you really like planes and flying, and I like flying. And but mostly I just watch it because I try to watch as much anime as possible. And right now I'm trying to finish lots of movies and OVAs, so like short anime and a few anime series from 2020. So yeah, it's not a great movie. It's not a movie you have to watch, but if you like planes that don't use an engine, you like flying through the sky, you like characters that become very passionate about a new hobby and it becomes like the center of their life, then yeah, you should give it a watch. It has lots of drama. It's not too well written, but it is enjoyable. I liked it. I wouldn't rewatch it, and it's not a must watch, but people seem to agree that it is a decent movie. So now we're gonna enter the spoiler corner. So if you want to watch this movie, maybe mute me or I don't know, don't leave the stream, but I don't want you to get spoiled. That's fine. So for the spoiler section, now don't expect too much romance in this anime. It does so kind of happen in the end, and I'm happier with the couple. Because at the start you think Tsurutama is gonna end up with Daisuke, and I think Sarachi Daisuke, everybody calls each other by their last name, so it was kind of confusing to uh, keep up. I don't know. So I'm gonna call him Sorachi for consistency. So Sorachi kind of falls in love with her, with Tsurutama. I mean, they do get pretty close, but I think she only sees him as a friend. She does get confronted about who she likes, either Kuramochi or Sorachi, but she doesn't answer because she cares more about the glove and flying and being friends than actually getting a boyfriend. Like, that's character development because the only goal she had was having a normal college life, having friends and having a boyfriend and being a normal girl because she's kind of insecure about her being very athletic and screaming really loudly. She tries to be kind of, I don't know, meek or kind of shy, but in reality, she has a very strong personality and it shows. So she's not super girlish, super cute, shy girl. She's actually athletic and she's loud, and I think you like her more when she starts to be more sincere with herself. So character develops because she finds a passion, a real passion, that is flying planes, and she cares more about her club and her friends and flying planes than having a regular normal life with, I don't know, superficial friends and having a boyfriend. But at the end, she kind of ends up with Kuramochi. At least it seems like both like each other, but like I say, they don't develop the romance too much. So don't expect any satisfactory romance plot in this movie. Then the other character I want to talk about is Yano Chizuru, who, spoiler alert, is the older sister of Tsurutama. They are actually half sisters. So I'm gonna call her Chizuru because I think they mostly call her Chizuru in the anime. So she actually lost her mother, I think during childbirth. So she grew up without a mother at first until her father remarried to another woman, and they had Tamaki, Tsurutama. So there is kind of a conflict between each other. Mostly because since Chizuru's mother died, Chizuru tried to be the perfect daughter for her father. And it was confusing. The writing was confusing because sometimes, at one time, they tell you that her dad loved her because she was so much like her mom and she was the perfect daughter. But on another part, they tell you that the father never cared about her and only liked the mother and the other, her new wife, his new wife, and Tamaki. So yeah, I didn't like that part of the writing. I also didn't like Chizuru at the start because she was only the character that was supposed to, I guess, sabotage or criticize Tamaki, because of course there is this conflict between each other as sisters. It's mostly one-sided because only Chizuru has like negative feelings for Tamaki, and Tamaki just feels bad that they don't get along even though they are sisters. And all of Chizuru's character was, I don't know, putting Tamaki down and trying to criticize her only for Tamaki to have a chance to prove herself. I don't like characters that don't have enough depth. Like they are only work as a tool for other characters to develop. But Chizuru shows some depth later in the anime series, in the anime movie, but it wasn't enough for me. So she's not a bad character, but she doesn't have as much depth as I wish. Then there are more characters, but I am only talking about the ones that I felt like were relevant enough. Then we have Hattori Kaede, which is I guess the best pilot of the enemy team because there are different teams. So Chizuru and Hattori are from a different team than Aonagi University, and he becomes the rival of Tsurutama. They become rivals, and I love the relationship that they have because they tease each other, push each other to be better by being kind of antagonistic with one another. But they do become friends and they do respect each other, and that's the kind of relationship that I love the most. I almost wanted Tsurutama to end up with Hattori, but I love the relationship of rivals in a platonic way. Also, I love the accent that Tsurutama has. She has a very countryside accent. I don't remember, I don't know actually where the accent might be from. And Hattori has an accent from the Kansai region. And that's my favorite accent in all of anime, in all of, I guess, the Japanese language. But I love anime characters with Kansai accent. So I love his character. He's the rival to Tsurutama, and he's very egocentric. He also has a lot of money and believes that by having very expensive tools, he's always gonna come out on top. And of course, he has to, I don't know, be the other side of the coin, the Tsurutama, because they are both very good pilots. But Tsurutama has like I guess natural skill when it comes to flying planes. She just is better at understanding her position in air and understanding the change in the current, also feeling any kind of, I guess, changes in the air pressure. So she is a natural good pilot. And Kuramochi notices this, so he makes sure to turn him into, I guess, the best pilot the team has besides him. And you love all the development of the characters that faces one another and try to become better. There is also this plot with Kuramochi. His mom is in the hospital, and I didn't like, I don't know, that this wasn't developed at all. But I don't know if it's a problem of the adaptation or they just wanted to show that sometimes that's just how life is and we don't have to explain it in a very dramatical way, like for writing purposes. Like, sure, it's totally believable that his mother is in the hospital for whatever reason, and she happens to die in one of a very important moment for Kuramochi, so he just drops everything, even though he cares so much for flying planes, and he loses passion. Also, he was in Germany at this time. He leaves the team, and it was very sad for everybody because even though they are secondary characters, you kind of come to enjoy everybody who's part of the team. So of course everybody gets sad when Kuramochi leaves because he was the team captain. They were going to compete to nationals, and now they only have Tsurutama and I guess Sorachi as the best pilots, even though they are others. But once Kuramochi finds out about his mother's passing, then he loses his passion and he kind of abandons everything and goes missing. So everybody gets very worried because when a pilot goes missing, usually people assume that they died. But they want to believe in Kuramochi, so after Tsurutama wins nationals, she gets to ask for a favor. So of someone who was like a sponsor, someone very rich that was taking care of the team. She asked to go to Germany. So she flies the plane, and somehow that manages to, I guess, pull the strings of the heart of Kuramochi when he sees her flying, because he recognizes the plane and the way Tsurutama flies, and he runs back to, I guess, the original place, the, I guess, airport where everybody was practicing in Germany, and he gets to talk with Tsurutama, and I don't know, it was kind of like a romantic confession, but it was all plain and flying talk, and it was kind of romantic, but not in a loving sense. More like they both love to fly, and they want to stay together and don't let each other's dreams end. So yeah, I did thought that Tsurutama will end up with Sorachi, but she actually kind of ends up with Kuramochi, and it's fine because they kind of work better together, because right now Tsurutama is too passionate about flying planes, which goes better with Kuramochi, because Sorachi also kind of leaves the team later to become a pilot on his own. He's not part of the university team anymore. He goes his own way to become a pilot. And yeah, there's not too much character development for others that aren't the protagonists. I don't know if I haven't read the manga. I'm probably never gonna read it. But I don't know if the adaptation was the best that could be. It is a decent movie. It is a good movie. But I've seen better, honestly. I'm still glad I got to watch it. So yeah, should you watch Blue Thermal after hearing all the spoilers? Mm, if you like planes and it is your niche, then watch it, because we don't have too many anime movies or anime series about flying planes, and we have lots of anime about characters being really passionate about any specific thing. You can find lots of those out there. Also, you do learn a little bit about flying planes without any engine, but it's not particularly educational. But I try to make it very easy for people that don't know anything about planes to follow what's going on. But one complaint I do have is that it's hard to follow the competition, or maybe it was just me. But at the end, they win nationals in a non very satisfactory way, because all planes cross the line almost at the same time, and they happen to win almost by a technicality. I mean, they did compete as a team, so it's more like all members summing up their scores. So Aonagi wins at the end, but it wasn't as satisfactory as you hope it would be. Also, you don't see too much of the flying during the competitions. Mostly you just see characters commenting on what is happening and waiting for the characters to come back, because since the planes don't have any engine, they have to maneuver where to fly, how high, and they really depend of the wind. So it's a lot of skill, but it's not very showy. And maybe it will have taken a lot of money to animate the whole flying process. So yeah, it's not very exciting. It is really mostly about the passion and the drama and everything the characters experience. So yeah, watch it if you want. It's not a movie I would recommend to anybody. Though I mean, yeah, it's not. I won't recommend it to anybody because it's a little bit niche. It can be enjoyed to the fullest by people that really like animation or really like planes, because it doesn't have too much of action, too much of romance, too much of anything in particular that makes it stand out. But yeah, the art style is very nice, the animation is nice, the voice acting, everything works pretty well. It is a decent quality movie. So yeah, it was a 7 out of 10 for me. Now let's move to the next movie. Again, now we are in a non-spoiler section, so I can recommend it. Then I'm gonna talk about it with lots of spoilers. So, in English it's called The Imaginary, but in Japanese it's called Yaneru no Raja. Raja is the name of the protagonist. It is not Roger, it is more Roger. So, it came out in December 15, 2023, and it is 1 hour and 44 minutes long, so almost the same length as the one before, not too long. And this one is also PG-13, and the source is actually an English novel. It was either American or English. And the demographic, it didn't have a demographic, but I think it is for kids, even though it is PG-13. I wouldn't say it is shonen, but it is probably just for kids. The genre is fantasy, and it was made by Studio Ponok. Studio Ponok also made the movie Married to Majo Dohana. Wait, let me recheck, because it is a studio that is making movies that are very similar to Studio Ghibli. When the teaser for, let me check what was the name, because it was kind of famous but also unfamous when it came out, because everybody was saying that it was ripping off Ghibli. So it was Mari Tomajo no Hana, yeah, Mary and the Witch's Flower. People might have seen others talking about it. I also watched that movie and I loved it. Mm, a few people didn't, but for me it was a 9 out of 10. So yeah, if you like Ghibli movies, which are kind of for children, but also will enjoy a little bit more of a modern take, like the Studio Ponok movie are not very cozy and chill and calm like the Ghibli movies. They're a little bit more action based. Now, I gave this movie a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I gave this a perfect score and call it a masterpiece, even though not anybody will enjoy this movie. Now, the main reason why I would recommend this movie to anybody is the animation. The animation is on another level. It is a movie about imaginary people and imagination in general. So, of course, the animation has to be on a top level. I think this movie came out of on Netflix. I don't know if it was like an international release for any country, but it was far more popular than Blue Thermal, I think, even though I haven't seen anybody talking about this movie either. But yeah, if you like Mari and the Witch's Flower, then you're definitely gonna like this movie, even though it is a little bit more childish. Yeah, because it's based on a children's book. I don't know, I think anime adaptations of Western novels, especially children's books, tend to be very popular. I know a few Ghibli movies are come from originally from English novels or American novels. So yeah, this is my last recommendation without spoilers. If you like, without any kind of spoilers, because I'm still gonna read the summary before. Like, you can read the summary before watching a movie, but some people like to go almost blind. So if you like animation, and I mean good animation, very creative, very imaginative, um, high quality, almost uh, above the Ghibli level lately, you should definitely watch this movie. It is a little bit childish though. It is PG-13, but it is definitely kind of for children. It is a little bit scary sometimes, but even I noticed that I guess people that don't like childish dish movies, wouldn't enjoy something like this. I happen to like any kind of media, regardless of age. If it has enough, I guess, development and depth, then I'm watching it. I don't care if it's for children. Now, let's move to the characters and the summary. I'm still not gonna give spoilers too much, but if you like to go in blind, then this is your time to stop. So, something I want to say is that it took me a hot second to notice that this movie was partly on 3D, like CGI animation. Like, look at the characters, they look 2D, but in reality they are 3D. It was crazy. I don't know. I think if people didn't like what was the name? That CGI Ghibli movie was in let me remember. Mm, I actually liked that movie when it came out, but everybody was hating on it. Okay, here. Uh, that's weird. I don't see it. Was it by a different studio? Oh yeah, Aja Tomajo. What was the name in English? Earwig and the Witch. Yeah, Earwig was it. Huh, it was a TV special, not a movie. Okay, so everybody was criticizing the CGI in Earwig, but I didn't mind it at all. I think it was fine. Now, this CGI is completely different because it just looks like 2D, and I really like the character designs. It is definitely giving Ghibli, but the vibe is different. So, with this, the summary says, born from create from sorry, born from the creativity of Amanda's luminous mind, Roger is an imaginary friend that she alone can hear or see. Together, they go on wild adventures in the attic above the bookshop owned by Amanda's mother. The two have pledged to follow three rules: never disappear, always protect one another, and never cry. One day, a suspicious man named Mr. Bunting knocks on the door, accompanied by an eerie girl that only Roger and Amanda can see. He has a keen nose for hunting imaginary friends and driving children off their precious companions. During one of Mr. Bunting's failed attempts to capture Roger, Amanda gets into a fatal accident. All along now, Roger must protect himself from not only his pursuer but also another peril. If an imaginary friend is forgotten, they will completely disappear from existence. So as you can see, this movie is about imaginary friends. We see a lot of them. And they need to escape a villain that is trying to eat Roger because he eats imaginary friends, even though he is a human. And you definitely question at some point if everything that is happening is real or not. And Amanda is the protagonist. She is a very young girl and she makes Roger. And she also has a mom, and there is also Emily who becomes a friend of Roger. Now, would I recommend this movie to anybody? No, unless you're fine with watching children's movie. It is very, I don't know, full of hope. It's not very lighthearted. There are some scary parts and sad parts too, but it's not too serious. It's not too it's not violent. It is not too heavy on the content, but there are stakes. Because as an imaginary friend, he not only has to escape the villain, who is very creepy by the way, especially because he targets mostly children and their imaginary friends. Not only Roger has to escape Mr. Bunting, but also, sorry, he is in danger because he might be forgotten by Amanda and disappear from reality, even though he's not fully real. The animation in this movie knows exactly how to blend imagination and reality together to the point you don't know what is real and what isn't. And it's so creative. And I don't know, that's why I give it a 10. Because I personally love using the medium of animation to the fullest. So yeah, before I give spoilers, maybe give it a try. If you like Ghibli movies, definitely watch this one. You might not like them the same because it's not as cozy and serious, I guess, as the Ghibli movies. It is more, I guess, new generation, a little bit more fast, and I don't know, it's more childish than Ghibli movies, but it is just as good. Also, like I said, it was so hard to notice that this movie was made in CGI because I don't know, they perfected the look of 2D with 3D animation. I think I might be in the wrong. I didn't do enough research on how they made this movie, but it looks fantastic. Honestly, I see myself rewatching this movie just for the visuals someday. But I won't because I have too much to watch. But yeah, it is. You have to watch this movie in a good quality because it is so beautiful to look at. So now let's move to the spoiler section. Lots of the characters from this movie are children because they get to, I guess, create imaginary friends, and I think they are pretty good written for being children. I think they are not too annoying, but they are also not too perfect. And you definitely feel bad and scared for Amanda because she's so young. So Amanda has a mom called Elizabeth or Lizzie, and we found out that not too long ago Amanda's dad passed away. And we take some time to notice because Amanda, she's not in denial, but she's definitely, I guess, suppressing all her sadness and emotions. Even later we find out that the reason Roger came to life was because Amanda didn't want to deal with the grief of losing her father. And she took it all on herself to, I guess, protect her mom, force herself not to cry or get sad. So she created Roger out of loneliness. Sorry, coughed. I got a coughing fit. Also, at the very start of the movie, you start to wonder whether Roger is actually kind of real, in the sense that he might be only visible and audible to Amanda, but kind of you start to think that maybe magic is real in this world, but no. Those are all imaginary friends, but imaginary friends are kind of real. Like, they don't stop existing just because, I guess, the kid grew up and forgets about them, because um, there is a library where all imaginary friends get to escape and stay alive by sometimes becoming friends with random kids for a day and feeding off the imagination that the library emits, because all the books, all, I guess, the media that humans create, it's full with imagination, and that allows the characters to keep on living even after being forgotten, or even the death or of the children that brought them to life. And we get to see so many different imaginary characters. Emily is actually an imaginary character, just like Roger. And she was a great character, and it is sad because she doesn't survive. Also, not all imaginary characters are human. We have all kinds. If anything, humans are kind of rare for imaginary characters. And I just love the concept of children making out friends out of nowhere, and then seeing how long these kids, I don't guess, get to keep their friends, and how sometimes the imaginary friends have to leave, and they get to live in the library, otherwise they will just disappear. So the mom in the story, you do get frustrated with her sometimes, but she's not a bad man. If anything, I think she's reading perfectly, because sometimes she will say something mean to Amanda, mostly because she's struggling with the grief of losing her husband and not knowing how to raise Amanda, because she's all the time talking about his imaginary friends. And of course, at the start, the mom didn't mind, she would play along because Amanda's really young, but later she starts to worry, especially when Amanda starts to see other imaginary friends, like Mr. Bunting appears, and he is so creepy. Like, it's not about him eating imaginary friends, he's just a creepy guy, and I'm surprised people don't call the police on him when he's harassing children. So, to switch a little bit to Mr. Bunting, he is the main villain, and he's very interesting because he has been alive for centuries, and he has been keeping himself alive by eating imaginary friends. He once was a child that didn't want to abandon his imaginary friend, so he started eating other people's friends to, I guess, gain some kind of imagination power that allow him to keep his imaginary friend, to, I guess, have some really, I guess, strong power in the imaginary world. In the real world, he has no power at all, but he is capable of imagine almost anything, change, I guess, the fake reality around imaginary friends. So he only is an antagonist to imaginary people. And yeah, he eats them and it is very creepy. So we get to know that Lizzie was mm, oh yeah, that she was a child and she had an imaginary friend too, but she forgets all about it. And later we find that friend who is a dog, who she called Refrigerator Rezogo, and the dog actually saves them by fighting Mr. Bunting. So it is a very cool movie. I especially like, for example, that Mr. Bunting's friend was a little girl and she becomes corrupted with time. She used to be, I don't know, like a very normal friend, and she becomes very creepy. And at the end, I don't know, it's like she betrays him, but you can tell she was planning all along to sacrifice herself to get eaten by Mr. Bunting and disappear because she was tired and she got corrupted. And yeah, they of course they win at the end. They defeat Mr. Bunting. They get to stay together. No, wait. So Amanda and Roger actually part ways, but Roger stays in the library and he keeps working as a daily friend for random kids. It's like imaginary friends survive by becoming imaginary friends to children for one day. So they can nurture the imagination of children who later grew up to write stories, write books for the library because the friends feed on that imagination. Personally, I would love to see more about the library because it's full of imaginary friends, and they every night they get to go to a different world at random that it is from the books. Like they go to a fantasy land, they go to kind of an European town, then a Japanese very old-timey city. It is very interesting. By the way, I love when they go to the library and we see normal people, and we also see Amanda, and we don't know if Amanda is a real person or not, which is screaming and nobody reacts to it. You think, is everybody ignoring the wheel girl? Is this like a recurrent situation in the library? But turns out Amanda is actually imaginary, like everyone else. So yeah, it was a very interesting movie. It is enjoyable. It is a little bit long and frustrating at times, but it almost made me cry a little bit, just a little bit. But because I don't know, you really feel for Amanda when she starts to accept the fact that her dad died, that she created Roger out of sadness and loneliness, and she started to be a little more honest with her own emotions. And also the fact that Amanda and Roger don't Roger no in the movie people he makes sure to for people to understand that his name is not Roger, it is Roger. So Roger parts ways with Amanda, and it was sad. Yeah. Also, Emily's death was sad, but you will see that coming. So, yeah, would I recommend this movie? Yeah, but only because I like animation. If you don't mind watching a movie for children, then yeah, definitely watch it. It is very creative, very beautiful. It has one of the best animations I've seen, especially for CGI animation. It looks really nice too and has so much detail, and I particularly love the blend between fiction and reality. You can't tell them apart sometimes. So yeah, all for my recommendations today, because I didn't watch anything else. I definitely want to go back to watching anime more often, especially since I have all the time in the world right now. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have later, because I have some pretty weird uh just time for classes, like my schedule in college, but I'm gonna figure it out. So yeah, I need to plan my schedule. I want to focus on keep I don't know, keep streaming and trying to become a better streamer. But I'm always repeating myself, sorry, but it's a reality. I want to be a little more professional and learn as much as I can while I'm small, like a small streamer, and grow little by little. And yeah, my main goal is gonna be design my character and learn to edit so I can start making short form content out of my bots. But of course, I have to get, I guess, better content. Like, I have to improve the quality of my own content. I don't know. Um, I feel like I'm going against everything I've said so far, because I wanted to start making short content when I got a rigged model. Yeah, sorry, a rigged model, so I could be a little bit more expressive. I mean, I could buy the model right now, but I don't know. Should I get a rigged model to celebrate my first week of streaming, my 10, now 12 followers? I mean, I don't have any intentions of giving this up. Even if I buy the model now, I know I'm not gonna waste it. I'm gonna try first more PNG programs to see if I can be a little bit more expressive with this model, but the original Tsucrew doesn't even let me have closed eyes. I only have a closed and open mouth, and I have other outfits, but I don't know, maybe I'll try different outfits when I get the Brigade model. And I think I'm gonna get the model after I start the Write the Bot channel. Can you believe? I just, I guess I really struggle by writing the subtitles. It is a 4-hour video, but I'm not advancing as fast as I can because I have so much to do. But anyway, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna, I don't know, stream for another week and see how my schedule changes, what kind of content I can make for my YouTube channel, my TikTok, and everything else. And because, I mean, people don't even clip me because there's nothing to clip really. And I will feel weird using others people clips in the beginning. I rather make my own, and maybe later uh, use other clips, whatever. I'm definitely gonna make 2 art streams every week. That way I'm gonna be able to design my model as soon as possible. I don't know if I should commission someone. I don't have that much money. Like, the money I have is money I've been saving for years, and I mean years. like because I don't use USD dollars on a regular basis. I don't know. I think I could get a PN like, or a Vtuber model for $100. Mm. I mean, there are customizable Vtuber models for 100 and something. I could also start making money selling art again. Because there's a difference between making money in my currency, Argentine pesos, which are worthless, and making money in USD through my PayPal. But anyway, I don't know, I'm not ready to let go of this model, but I definitely want to get more expressive. Tomorrow, I don't know if I want to make an art stream tomorrow, but I don't have anything else to do because I don't know if I want to play a game tomorrow. I'm playing too many games. I want to be a little bit more diverse with my content. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna draw. I need to build some consistency with my art skills improvement. Is this okay? We have another song. I don't know how long it will take me to become affiliate, but I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. I just wanna see how creative I can get with streams at this level and keep improving. I'm definitely gonna watch more stuff, not just anime, to bring more reviews. I want to watch some movies, but those are movies that probably everybody already watched, but I'm still gonna rewatch. I'm still gonna watch and review them. I don't know if I should end the stream earlier today. Like, I don't have too much to talk about. And I don't want to play any game just yet. By the way, I got um like a family account with uh someone, and I'm gonna be able to play many games in the future because they have a my library is bigger, but I mostly have free games, and they have better games. So yeah. But like I say, I don't know if I'm going against everything I just said by thinking I'd rather save those games when I get better at streaming. Like I'm procrastinating again, but it is the truth. At least I would like to um finish designing my model so I know exactly what I want. And maybe I could make my own PNG, or maybe I mean I'm gonna have a lots of models, so I don't have to worry about getting the perfect model. I'm also gonna try to learn how to make B-Roid models, like 3D models that are for free. Um, I'm not gonna be a PNG forever, but I definitely like 2D more than 3D. I'm doing good. I'm just a little bit out of ideas to talk about for another hour, and I'm also a little bit tired. and a little bit stressed because there is so much to do tomorrow. I have work and I have to get groceries and I have to clean the house and my bedroom, and I don't know. I still have more free time to stream, but I've been neglecting other aspects of my life because of streaming, because it's not that it's the only thing I think about, but I'm so excited about it I can't help it. Might not just call it early to get more rest. Yeah, I definitely should. But I also don't want to start like daring them, like how do you say, I don't want this streaming to become a chore, but I do want to force myself to at least do 4 hours and not just give up anytime I don't have anything to talk about. Like, I have to get creative. It's not always gonna be easy. Some days I'm gonna talk about very boring stuff and I'm gonna keep repeating myself, but I have to mm, I guess find a way around any kind of wall I hit, I guess. You can't always do 4 hours. That's true, but right now there is nothing really stopping me from doing 4 hours. It's just not me not coming up with anything interesting because I already said everything that there was to say. I'm really happy with the 12 followers. I got 2 new followers today. I definitely don't want to disappoint anybody by just speaking English. I don't know, it's kind of hypocrite of myself wanting to build a bilingual community, but I don't want people that only speak English or only speak Spanish. Or maybe I do. Maybe I'm okay with people that just speak English because I want to stream in English. But I don't want to disappoint people that only speak Spanish. I don't want to feel them left out from the chat or the stream, but I don't want to switch to streaming in Spanish. I want to keep streaming in English. And I'm gonna have to, I guess, be a little bit more assertive, maybe, when it comes to streaming in English. But I don't want to reject anybody who comes here to talk in Spanish, because I guess I put the Spanish tag on the video on the stream. I guess I want Spanish people to feel welcome, but understand that all these streams are gonna be in English. You need a hug? Yeah. Yeah, I do. But that's okay. I'm a big girl. I'm gonna tough it up and bite the bullet and keep going. So, yeah, I definitely want VTuber friends that can teach me and also understand everything I'm gonna go through. Even big girls need hugs every now and then. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but thinking about it might make me too sad. I'm sure I'm gonna get lots of hugs from my friends when I go hang out with them this week. And I saw my family today, so yeah, I'm getting hugs, not just in the right moment, maybe, because I'm not telling anybody that I'm streaming. Mm, that's so sweet. Yeah, I guess I need to be an affiliate to be able to set redeems. It might happen someday. I don't know when. Uh, but I don't know. I don't want my followers to be like to care too much about my mental health. I want to have healthy boundaries with anybody who comes to my streams, because I like to take my time to get to know people before I call them my friends. And I don't like those streamers that have weird parasocial relationship with their viewers. So I don't want to come here to talk about the stuff that is too personal understandable, but I'm still trying to help you. That's very sweet of you. Of course, I will accept any kind of help. I don't want to be, I don't know, like a bad, unhealthy aspect in anybody's life. I don't want to manipulate people, I guess. Even though I don't have the intention, I have to be more responsible and respectful with anybody, respect boundaries, and not be misleading about my intentions. I want to become a streamer and I want to be professional about it. I don't want to be weird with anybody. Um, and I want to take care of myself, of course, and other people. Like just now, a very young girl was here in chat, and of course I was gonna behave myself, but I'm not a good influence on kids. Just make sure you don't shut yourself out completely. Absolutely, yeah. Don't worry about it because I have my I have my friends. I have a partner, like a lover. I have my family. I have people I can rely on, and I'm gonna try to build a community and also make friends that create content and I can rely on them and they can rely on me. But yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna be like streaming my whole life. I'm still gonna try to have a healthy balance between I guess my personal life, my relationships, my work, my studies, everything. So yeah, I want the streams to be for adults mainly. I'm not interested in being friends with kids because I'm too old for that. But I also don't want to be, I don't know, I don't want to chase children out unless they misbehave. I want to be welcome to different ages, but I don't know. I hope my audience it's mainly adults, if not all of them. Fair. Yeah, because I have adult interests and I don't know. I just wouldn't be a good influence on little children. And I don't know. I'm an adult. I'd rather be surround myself with other adults that like the same stuff I do as I do, but are also like respectful and old enough to be a little bit more comprehensive, I guess, of people having jobs and having a whole life to deal with. Because I'm sure now children have all the time in the world to become YouTubers and streamers, and I sort of didn't get that. I mean, at my age, when I was little and I would watch YouTubers, it was unimaginable that I would also become a YouTuber because I don't know, back then it was weird for children to show their faces and talk about their personal life on the internet. It is still, I guess, kind of weird when adults do it because you have to be always very careful. But anyway, mm, well, tomorrow I'm gonna get groceries, and as I said before, maybe I don't remember, I like to cook a lot, so I'm gonna try to be responsible and meal prep because you sometimes you have a weird schedule and you can eat I don't know, junk food or whatever. The last thing I need is to become more unhealthy. I don't know, it's like I don't have too much energy, but streaming weirdly gives me more energy in a weird way because I guess I'm not numb, like I don't know, bored the whole day, and I get to expand it, and I feel very satisfied with myself after every stream. I used to cook, I still like doing it, just not sure what to make. Yeah, I get that feeling sometimes. Anything that I would like to eat right now, I'm not in the mood for cooking. And whatever I feel like cooking, I'm not in the mood for eating. I don't know, it's weird. I've been surviving on chicken and chicken nuggets. I need to, I don't know, buy more stuff. And I also need to learn new recipes because I'm getting bored of always cooking the same. But I don't have the time right now. And also, my kitchen is too small. Someday I'm gonna get a better place to live in, and I don't know, I would love to do cooking streams with a disguise or something and teach people all I know about cooking. And it is so sad that you can, I don't know, share food with people around the world. Like, we can see, but we can smell or taste. I would definitely give anybody a bite of whatever I make when I make something good. My lasagna is to die for. I don't know, someday I might teach everybody how I cook it, but there is a long way until that. So I'm gonna focus on digital stuff like drawing. I won't be able to teach anything to anybody, but I would love to become like a study buddy for people. Like, we get together once or twice a week for 4 hours and we learn something new. Right now, I want to mostly focus on drawing digitally, but I'm gonna try to learn programming and rigging and also how to make music and everything that I need to become a self-sufficient VTuber. You could use a face shield that's designed like sunglasses or a helmet. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cover my face, but my kitchen is too small to set any kind of camera, and I don't have a camera, I only have my phone. And I don't feel comfortable. I mean, I'm very clumsy. Even in my own kitchen without recording myself, I always kind of make a mess. So whenever I get like a bigger, nicer place that is more comfortable, I'm gonna start thinking about doing sort of real life content, but I'm not never gonna show my face. I want the privacy. I don't know. I love I don't follow her, but I would love to do something like Onigiri. She's a VTuber that does cooking streams, and she has the perfect setup. You can tell she puts so much thought and effort on making the best cooking streams a VTuber could make. Or maybe I could do something like Bao, who also does real life content every once in a while. Maybe too much. She shows a little bit too much. I wouldn't even dare to show my eyes. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna get like a full body disguise. Um, it's not. It is a little bit because I'm a little bit insecure, but it is mostly just for privacy reasons. For safety too. But who knows? Maybe one day I get brave enough to show my face when I feel like safe. Because right now, I don't know. I have too many things to worry about, like college and work and my family. Like, I will hate for, I don't know, provoking any kind of weird experience for my family. I'm not saying this because I'm sure I'm gonna be super famous and I'm gonna get stalkers and harassers, but uh, I I don't know. You never know who's on the internet, and sometimes weird people can cause you trouble for no reason, and I will hate for the people that I care about to go through any awful thing because of me. Because I guess creating content on the internet is always kind of risky. You never know who is gonna end up, I don't know, trying to bother you in any way. I drink too much. I drank too much water today. It reminds me of my first stream. I was drinking so much water because I was very dehydrated, and I would get like a dry throat every 10 minutes. And I think I drank more water in this week than in any other, only because I was streaming. It's a great excuse to drink water, to talk for hours and hours. I wanna publish my schedule every week, and I'm gonna keep using the same template that I found until either I make one myself. I'm more confident in making stuff like schedules because I at least I know a little bit of graphic design on that level. But it is sad that I don't have any pictures, drawings of myself, my Vtuber model to put next to the schedules. I only have the PNG. Um, so I'm gonna focus on that. Also learning how to make art for my schedules. Maybe I could stay for another half an hour or end it here. I also don't feel like posting what I'm gonna watch with too much anticipation because there is always the chance that I'm not a week is gonna go by and I'm not gonna watch anything. I have a list of things I want to watch, and right now, since I don't have a big following, I think that there is no point in me posting announcing whatever movie I'm gonna watch to review on Sunday for people to watch it before that stream. But maybe later down the road when I have a proper, I don't know, daily schedule and have free time, I'm gonna tell people with enough time what what things I will be reviewing every Sunday, because I will know for sure that I have the time to watch anything. I'm literally complaining about not having enough time to watch anime. But it's like, I don't know, having other priorities right now. It's nothing serious. Also, before doing cooking streams, I most likely will do traditional art streams. I only need to get like gloves to not show my real hands, and I will draw live using all the stationery I bought. I bought so many mechanical pencils. I got some that are in color, and I ordered some that are black and white, very pretty. Black and white. I chose like the black leads or leads. Um, but they are very pretty. And it's a shame that I can show you. I mean, I could take a picture, but that's no point. And I don't know, I just want an excuse to draw traditionally, like with real paper and pen. But like I say, it's like everything I do, I try to make it for the streams because I'm gonna have to stream anyway, so I'd rather do something that I like. Yeah, I guess I didn't change. I have too many plans and I need to focus on what I can do in the moment. Also, I don't know, I look at myself and like the model, and it couldn't be further from reality, because especially like my chair, like I have an old office chair, and not even like the boss's chair. It is the chair that you give to people to wait outside. Um, I definitely should get a decent chair, because I don't wanna end up with any kind of health issues in my back. But yeah, you will laugh if you saw the real chair I'm using compared to the cute gamer chair I got from my mother. Even though in real life gamer chairs are not very comfortable for long periods of times. Like I heard they were modeled after racers car chairs, and they are made like that so racers don't fall asleep. Like they are never comfortable enough to falling asleep on the chair, which maybe makes sense for desk jobs, because you're not supposed to fall asleep in your job. But also office chairs should always be very comfortable, so you get to work for as long as possible, but that's also kind of awful. I don't know. There is so much I want and not enough money. Who knows? I hope someday all of this pays up, and even if I don't become famous enough to make streaming my job, then I will still try to have fun streaming. I will invest on it like hobby, but I'm definitely gonna try to never neglect it, like making art and all the other hobbies I started and didn't follow through. Well, I should probably call it quits, because I'm just yapping about whatever, and I'd rather invest some time in preparing everything for tomorrow. I'm gonna. Mm, I'm not feeling like making art, but I'm gonna force myself to uh, I don't know, get something done with my model, because I'm not gonna advance fast enough. Like I should work 2 times a week at least if I want to get anything done before I start college. I have a whole month. I don't know. It's gonna be a race against time, trying to design a VTuber concept art in a month and see what I do with it. Maybe I draw myself and make myself a PNG. Maybe I commission someone. Maybe I just get the rig version of this model, and I post my reference for any fan art that people might want to make, or any future drawings I'm gonna make, because God knows I'm gonna forget my own design and I'm not gonna be consistent about it. I'm really proud of whatever I drew last week, even last week, a few days ago, even though it wasn't like crazy, it was just sketches. And I definitely want to get to finish the I guess I guess making an 3 or 4 concept art of possible outfits, but fully um, fully decide on what kind of outfit. I mean, I have a general idea, but it's mostly about, okay, what kind of top, what kind of sleeves, what kind of skirt, etc., etc. It's not gonna be crazy, because as people saw, I have like 100 references of whatever I want, and it's a pretty basic, like cafe made outfit. I'm gonna add more details to make it a little bit more unique, but I don't feel like I'm gonna stand out with my design. because it's just like, I don't know, a cute maid outfit. And strawberries are not necessarily too unique. But I don't care. I just want a model I'm happy with. And any day where I change this model, I'm gonna miss it a lot. I'm gonna miss watching myself bouncing every time I speak. And I think I maybe make it part of my lore, like a little doll I carry sometimes, or keep in my room as a reference to the original Chocoberry, like the pilot, or the prologue to my story. But yeah, you remember the models you helped me find? Yeah, I remember. I hope you do find a model you're happy with. Um, as long as how, however long it takes. I think that's how you say it. I don't think I'm gonna try any other pig crew, like unless I find another free model or the next model I have, it's gonna be like my proper design, either by me or by me commissioning someone else. And it's probably gonna be a PNG because I don't have the money for a rigged model or any kind of rigging. And I don't think I'm gonna make it chibi, or at least not this chibi. I'm gonna try to make it um like a full body with normal proportions. Mm. I am wondering if I should see about having one like that and a protogen and trying to have it toggle to switch depending on what's going on, so that I'm not limited just one. Yeah, you can have as many as you want and you can switch anytime. Um, I don't know if I can recommend again the Twitch, no wait, Discord Reactive. What was the name? Yeah, Discord Reactive. I don't know if I can recommend it enough because I think you saw how much it crashed with when I play Infinity Nikki. There are other VTuber programs that I'm gonna test and see which one I like the most. But you can have as many models as you want. You can switch anytime you want. There are no rules. I mean, consistency definitely helps you, but trying different models will help you find the one that you're comfortable with the most. And later, you're gonna find the right time to get the perfect model. First thing first, upgrade my computer before I try it. Yeah, I guess I think you can stream yourself talking with your laptop, but yeah, I have a good computer, so I guess I can advise you with that because I didn't start streaming with my poor laptop. Rest in peace. But yeah, I hope you achieve everything you dream of, and I'm gonna try to do the same for myself. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna feel too bad when I upgrade this model because it's so cute, but I definitely want more expression. I don't know, I'm so tempted to buy the rigged model version of this model. I'm just afraid that because I was able to edit this model a little bit, I mostly just changed the pigtails, the little pigtails. I made them shorter and displayed them at the side of my hair and my head. Um, and I changed the ribbons a little bit. Like you can tell, my profile picture is a little bit different from my model. My profile picture is the original model. I altered this one a little bit. And I fear I might buy the model and not be happy with the design, and I won't be able to change it because it's rigged, and I don't know anything about rigging art. And because it's digital, I won't be able to return it, and I feel like I might be wasting $10, but I don't know. I'm gonna maybe try to get in contact with the artist and see how much customization I get with that model, because it's like, I don't know, 6 bases and 9,000 uh, custom items. I don't know, which is a lot. So I'm sure it's gonna be fine. And even if I don't fully like my model, at least I'm gonna get more expressive. So yeah, first goal in my list, making my design so I know exactly what I want. Then I'm gonna see if I ever change my model, like this month or the second month. I don't know. I'm gonna be trying other VTuber programs to see what like how far I can get with only this little PNG. Hmm. Sorry, I'm stretching. I don't know. I'm betting with myself that I will become an affiliate this year, and once I became an affiliate, I'm locking in. Um, I'm gonna feel so much motivation if I ever start making money from this. That's the moment I'm gonna take streaming super seriously, and I'm gonna feel more comfortable investing my own money on VTubing, because I also will be making some money on the side. But right now, it's just a hobby that I'm very passionate about. Ah, I would love to eat some pizza right now. Oh well. Um, I have to get up very early. I don't even know how long I will sleep. I only got to sleep, I don't know. I don't even remember, but it was like before noon, and I woke up like 4 p.m. and I was very late to meeting my family. But it was okay. And yeah, I need to focus on some work I have for tomorrow. But I'm not gonna neglect my streams at all. Like, maybe the content I stream won't be as exciting as it should be. Like, I'm gonna take my time to get more comfortable. I will keep streaming the same games I've been streaming, but I want to take it easy, mostly because I don't want to run out of content to stream. Hmm. I definitely need to start watching other uh, new VTubers. I gotta learn from other people too. Also, I don't know when I'm gonna make that Beroid model, but I hope my phone can handle whatever application I need to capture myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna need to invest in a webcam, and a webcam is not in my priority right now. I have other stuff I need to buy before. But yeah, I'm not in a rush. I just want a more expressive PNG because I know there are PNGs that maybe I even could get a gift tuber, like some kind of animation. I don't, I'm definitely gonna surprise everybody when I come here and I'm moving more than just opening my mouth and bouncing slightly. I'm gonna make a review of those VTuber programs next week. I don't know, it's gonna be like trying to uh, documentate my progress as a VTuber with no money at all, unless I buy that model. But whatever money I happen to make uh, by streaming is not gonna count because that's money I make by VTubing. That is just a reward. And yeah, I definitely want to reach people that feel like they can become VTubers because they have no money, but I also have like a good computer, so I guess I'm not a good example. But we all gotta start somewhere. I don't know. I feel like someone without money could do whatever I'm doing right now, like just chatting and streaming with free assets and a free model. I don't know about the other games, but you can also stream yourself just learning how to make everything yourself because if you don't have money, you can at least use your time to improve your own skills so you won't need to commission anybody. I don't know. I really don't know how privileged I am because I have time and I don't have to worry too much about paying bills and stuff yet. That's gonna come soon though. I do have to worry about my job and college. I don't know, maybe I should stream only 6 days a week because I definitely need some time to catch up with the chores of the house. But no, I'm just gonna get up earlier and put some energy on it. Okay, I'm gonna finish the stream. It's just 15 minutes before midnight, but I'm gonna finish a little bit earlier today so I get time to do some last minute work before tomorrow. And I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Next time, as always, 8 p.m. Argentina. You can. Oh, but I need to update my schedule on Twitch. Okay. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna update the schedule. But I'm gonna be here tomorrow, like always. And I'm gonna make an art stream. I'm gonna keep designing my model. So, thank you so much for showing up, for sending lovely messages, for following me, and being so nice. And I'm gonna come up with better and more recommendations of anime and movies and other stuff. Okay, bye everybody. I need to get a ending stream scene too. Okay, because I have a starting soon, I don't have an ending soon. Anyway, bye guys. Thank you so much for coming and watch me or just listen to me in the background. Bye.